Hi there everyone, it is currently the 7th of November 2011. Thank you for watching today's Western Pacific weather update. And starting off here towards the west, we do have an area that is now being considered a high chance of development by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. It's just off the east coast of Vietnam. That's located right here. It does have a closed-off center of circulation right now, therefore would not be surprised if this does get upgraded to a tropical depression by any of the agencies out here as it drifts off towards the north, towards Hanoi here. But it is bringing in an exceptional amount of rainfall here towards the eastern coast of Vietnam, and actually over the past 24 hours, some of the cities out here have seen over 150 millimeters of rainfall, including Hue, Vietnam, which has seen about 101 millimeters of rainfall in the past 24 hours. Therefore, we are seeing those convective bandings here moving onshore, dropping a lot of rainfall. But also, we have Invest 99W out here. This is just southwest of Taiwan. We were talking about this yesterday when it was over Luzon. Well, now it is moving away towards the northwest. It is going to start encountering a high amount of vertical wind shear with the upper level jet off here towards the north. Therefore, expecting this to go extratropical as it starts to curve off towards the northeast and rapidly rushes off towards the northeast here towards Japan, or it could bring some cloudy skies and some rain showers. And lastly, we do have this deep area of low pressure now moving away from the Japanese coast. This is running off towards the northwestern Pacific. Not expecting this to impact any land after this weekend, where it did bring a lot of rainfall here across much of Honshu, Hokkaido, and the southern Japanese islands of Kyushu and Shikoku. But let's look back down here towards the southwest, just off the coast of Vietnam, and let's look at this tropical cyclone formation alert being issued by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. And this is the graphic being posted by it, just showing that it likely is going to move off towards the north here, likely towards the coast of Hanoi, and eventually off towards northward, where it could affect Hong Kong here in the coming days. But this is the latest visual imagery of the system. Do want to note all this convective banding here is over top of Vietnam right now. You actually see all that banding right in there? Well, the coast of Vietnam is actually located right there. Therefore, that is why you're seeing that heavy rain showers here across, up and down that eastern portions of the country. But also, if we look out here towards the east, you see all this inflow coming in? Well, that's allowing more moisture to come out of the intertropical convergence zone here towards the south and allowing more of that potential moisture to get organized and put into the system, allowing for more energy. Also, if we look at the sea surface temperatures under this system, they're actually right about in the high 20s to about 30 degrees out here. Therefore, that is allowing for more latent heat to be fed in the system. So if we look at the water vapor imagery out here, you do see all these areas indicated in red. That means that's where those highest amount of precipitation values are located, and just showing this big blob of red right in here. Not the technical term, but it really does describe this area here just west of the center of circulation, which is located right in here. And also, if you look down here, all the way out here towards the Gulf of Thailand, this is all moisture being fed into the system as well. And even out towards this location, you could see some isolated thunderstorms pop up, and that could affect the Bangkok area, where you are seeing those torrential floods out there right now, all associated with water still flooding downstream here towards the metropolitan area, and that could also cause more problems for that region. And actually, over 500 deaths being reported now out of all of Thailand there in the past several months due to those heavy monsoonal rains, and now all the water flowing downstream and cresting around central Bangkok. But good news with this tropical system, it is going to move off north here and away from Thailand. But while we're looking at this imagery here, look at this little spin off here. This is Invest 99W that we were talking about yesterday. This does have some inflow coming in from the north and the south, and I would not be surprised if there actually is a center of circulation amidst of this right in here as it drifts off here towards the north. But good news, it is going to hit those westerlies pretty hard here in the next hours, and that is going to suppress any tropical development. But if we look at the overall background flow where the system is going to head here, the Invest 98 Whiskey, or this tropical cyclone formation alerts, what we're talking about, it is going to drift off here towards the north, follow that flow off here towards Hanoi, and eventually drift off towards the north over eastern portions of China. But I am expecting this high pressure to continue to ridge here towards the southeast and allow for an opening to open up here for the system to track eventually around and towards the northeast as well. And this is, you look at the wind shear chart that I've been talking about, but the overall vertical wind shear, as this Invest 99 does run into all this high amounts here, upwards of 60, 70 knots actually located just north of Taiwan. We know that about 15 knots or greater is really not conducive for tropical development. Therefore, actually looking down here towards the southwest where this tropical cyclone formation alert is, see about 5 to 10 knots over top of that circulation right now, and that is a little more conducive, but this is also going to start to hit that vertical wind shear as it drifts off towards the north as well. Therefore, I don't think there's a lot of time for this to develop, and if it does develop, it does get warned on as a tropical depression here, it's not going to be for a long period of time, and I actually would be very surprised if it even gets up as strong as a tropical storm. And if we look at the model consensus actually out of here, all these models, CMC, UK, GFS, and NOGAFs, do pick up on development of the system, brings it off here towards 9, but as noted, once it hits that high amount of vertical wind shear up here, they all kind of just kill it off and dissipate it before it drifts off here towards the northeast, likely as a remnant low running off towards Japan, and actually is expected to bring some rain showers to much of Japan here by the latter part of this coming week here. So definitely going to continue to watch the system as it is developed here, and it is going to bring a lot of rain showers here to portions of Vietnam and Hanoi, and then eventually upwards of Hong Kong. You're going to be seeing some gusty winds and those scattered showers as well with this system, but we will continue to monitor it here over the next coming days as it does develop and heads off towards the north. But the biggest effect with it is definitely going to be the heavy amount of rainfall over portions of Vietnam, Hanoi, and southeastern China. But that is all for right now, everybody. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, as usual, please post them in the comment box below. And also, definitely, if you have any suggestions or any reports out here of the flooding and all this rainfall taking place from these tropical systems and even outwards towards Thailand, please let us know. Always do feel grateful once I get those reports in. But have a great day, everybody. Stay safe out there.